Well, good evening, everyone. Thought I'd bring you out here because this little Nanking cherry by the side of my house is a nice bloom. Look at that. Oh, look at all those pretty white flowers. I saw it and I thought, oh, that one's blooming. Isn't that gorgeous? Don't see any bees out at the moment, but it's getting evening, so they might be heading back towards their hive. But I'm pretty sure earlier today this thing was buzzing. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I think I saw a bee. There might actually be a bee out here, taking advantage. Yeah. Yep, we got one little bee there. Can you see him? So we do got a bee out here in the... But it's getting evening. It's after 7. I was told to expect between 6:30 and 7 some church helpers to help me with my... get caught up in my yard, but it's after 7. Nobody showed up yet, so I'll let you know if anybody shows up today. Since the little cherry is blooming, the big... For some odd reason, my phone just quit recording as I was walking back here, because I was saying, since my little one is blooming, the big one should be starting to bloom. And sure enough, not only is it blooming, but if I can zoom in, we've got a nice big old bumblebee. See if I can capture it. Trying to keep a track of that bumblebee. It's taking advantage. There we go. Look at that. Oh god, this phone's camera is amazing. I've never gotten that good of a shot. Look at that bumblebee. That is amazing. It's just going to town. Flowers are starting to bloom. I bet tomorrow it's going to be even better because it's supposed to be warm most of this week. Oh, I still got to get up in here. I see another bumblebee. The bumblebees are out. Yeah. Trying to follow the bee is not easy. It's getting farther and farther away from me. I love bumblebees. Isn't that just amazing? See that little bumblebee? I'm trying to hold still. Oh, wow. Little bumblebee butt. Oh. But anyways, yeah. My Nanking cherry is starting to bloom. This is my big bush. And I got lots of buds on the western sand cherry. You can see there's a lot of buds on this. It's going to be bursting into bloom real soon too. My yard is a mess. Hopefully now that I'm done with my mom's projects, I can get to this. This should have been cleaned up a month ago. It's going to be so hard getting all that dead stuff out of there. But I'll do my best. Yeah, if you think my bush looks good now, just wait. Give it by the end of the week. It's going to be amazing once every flower is opened up. I just love it. But yeah, need to get this cleaned up. This flower bed needs to be cleaned up. Need to trim down gotta mow this down. Actually, the best way is just take a lawnmower over it and mow it. That will get it nicely flattened. Oh, go. Put this piece of wood in the garage. I need to clean out my iris beds. They're just coming up, and I haven't weeded or anything this spring. It's really hard when you're working full-time and then you're spending your spare time helping your mom out. Nothing gets done in my yard. I've got all this dead stuff from last year that I got to trim out of this Nanking cherry. Same thing with that one over there. This iris bed is just looking really, really sad. And this is the one that has my yellow irises in it, and my dark purples, and my lavender ones. Oh, and it really needs to be cleaned up. I gotta get all the dead pruned out of this Nanking cherry. Another note, these little bushes are starting to blossom. I think they're currants. I'm not sure, but I think these are currants. And this little peach tree is starting to get leaves. I've already given it good water. I gave everything got a good water the other day. I soaked them all down. This is a honeysuckle bush, and so is that. It's a honeysuckle bush. This is my serviceberry, and look at all these buds. It is budding out. It's just like everything warmed up and suddenly everything's budding out. I have got tons of buds on my Rainier cherry. And as long as it doesn't get cold, it should produce very well. It actually produced, I got about 1 pound of cherries, maybe almost 2 pounds last year. I would have to go back and check my videos. But I got everything watered. My apple tree, this is my old apple tree. And you can see it's got lots of flower buds. Those are flower buds, and it's going to be bursting in bloom soon. My Alberta peach is starting to show signs of blooming. Look at that, 3 buds there. It's got lots of buds too. My Honeycrisp apples are starting to leaf out. They're just barely starting. They're a little behind the big one. But yeah, my Honeycrisp apple trees, and I need to do some pruning on them. I've got branches crossing branches, and some branches are too tall, so I need to take some of them down. But it's also starting to bud out, and I'm sure it won't be far behind the big tree. It also got lots of water. I basically put the hoses on my trees and then forgot I had the hose on my trees, so everything got very well watered. Oh, I've got lots of flower blossoms on these trees. These are my veteran peaches, and they put on a really good amount of growth last year. I was very, very happy, and so this year I'm going to let them produce fruit. Before, I've just been picking everything off, because when you first get baby fruit trees, the first thing you need to do is let them grow roots. You want good root system. All right, now let's go over to I'm gonna put this long board here I gotta put this in the garage with the rest of the old stash. But my little cherry, sweetheart cherry here, is starting to leaf out. We've had a few cold nights in the 20s, so I've kind of been iffy, but I'm still at the budding and leafing out stage on the apricots. Definitely not going to let them flower. They don't need to be flowering this year or putting on fruit. They need to grow some roots. Just got through watering them. I got this root growth stuff. Let me show you from my local nursery in town. And it's here, Fertilome root stimulator. You put 3.5 tablespoons per gallon. I have my 2-gallon jug here, so I put 7 tablespoons in there. And then I water my baby trees with it. Oh God, my garage needs to be cleaned up so bad. So don't look, people, don't look. Yes, and we will ignore the scrap metal pile that needs to go to recycling and the firewood that needs to be cut up and put in a little shed. And, you know, these are things that most people have around their little farms and acreages, and I still need to get out here and work on these. I've got weeds are starting to come up. Well, maybe not weeds. It depends. They're dandelions. They're edible. I could actually pick all these leaves and make a salad or throw them in my eggs or something, and you know, they'd be just as good. But yeah, I need to get these beds all roughed up. The weeds out. I need to get a few more bags of dirt because they've really settled since from last year. So I'm thinking I'm going to need about 8 or maybe 9. I'm thinking about, for each of the long beds, maybe 4 bags for each long bed, and then another full bag for the middle bed here, the short bed. But yeah, so I need to come and get them roofed out. Oh, I got a baby tree growing in here. I don't need trees in here, but I need to get this cleaned up, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. My rhubarb is just exploding out of the ground, and it is doing so well. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Ooh, yeah. Isn't that nifty? I'll pick the dandelions because it does not need anything competing for nutrients. I've got 3 healthy buds here. They are just leafing out like crazy. Look, more baby leaves about to come out of the center. And then I got more baby leaves there. More baby leaves. This is my main plant, which only had 1 bud last year. Look at this. This year we have 2 strong buds. Isn't that amazing? My chives are doing just really amazing. Last year I had 1 small, little straggly coming out, and then this year, just look at what has happened. It is amazing. I got my 1 small straggly chives from my mom's chive plant that is by her front porch at the base of her quakey. And it just sits there, and I dug, and she'd been weeding, and she'd accidentally pulled one out, and I says, oh, I want to take that home, plant it. And I've been coddling that one little thing all, I've just been mollycoddling that thing all year last year, trying to keep it alive and get it to thrive. And then look at this. This spring, this is what I'm greeted with. Not 1 little straggly, but I don't know how many I got coming up. They're just popping all out. I'll probably cover more dirt around the base. But yeah, this just really surprised me. My strawberries are trying to decide whether they're going to live or die, but I got more berry plants, don't worry. My strawberry tower is going to get put back together, and I'm going to be building more strawberry towers, and we're going to get lots of strawberries this year. And next year I'm going to remember to heel in all my plants in my raised beds for the winter. instead of trying to baby them in the house or on the back porch or wherever. Well, it's a beautiful evening. Got a little slightly overcast sky. Nobody's shown up yet, so I don't know. If they do, I will video after everyone's gone, or video tomorrow, and let you all know how everything went. But yeah, in other words, we got a nice quiet evening. That's my little tour of my yard. I've got so much I got to get done, and I just need a little backbone to clean it up and do it. This is my property line right there. Yeah, so yeah, it's so nice and quiet. That's beautiful. Oh, and maybe somebody is coming. I see some cars approaching. Yep, there's somebody coming down my driveway, so I better get off the phone, and I'll let you know later what all gets done. Well, they came over, and I've decided they had brought the young men over from the church. They're actually trying to hit several different projects this evening. So they were only going to be here 20 minutes. So I had them get the young men and attack my dirt pile here. We've got a good start on getting this thing moved. And already got quite a bit of dirt here. Now when I got this dirt back in 2007, I was assured it was topsoil. And it is topsoil. But it's topsoil out of a field, so it tends to have a lot of big rocks in it. And I said I need to sift and go through and get big rocks out of here. But we got quite a bit of dirt moved over here, where I had that, where Dax had basically excavated the land. And I still want to get more dirt and get this up just a little higher and more level. But I've got plenty of topsoil there to take over to some of these other areas. I'm going to have to sift out the rocks. I actually used some of that to fill in my sunken grave of a perk test hole. But over here where you can see I've got clay, this is all just clay on top of the, I'm not going to get any lawn growing there, but they filled it in. You can see the difference in the color of the topsoil. And yes, you can see great big rocks. So we're going to get some of that topsoil here, and I think I'm just going to scatter it all over here, because you see the lawn is trying to come back, but the clay and the sand just doesn't have much in the way of nutrients. Over here where the lawn was undisturbed compared to where it ended up with clay and gravel and sand dumped on it, and you can see how it's just struggling to come up. So I'm gonna work on that this week, getting me a few loads of topsoil. Now that the young men got it broke up real nice, they went at it with all their shovels and everything, and shovels and rakes, and they got a good little bit done here. And I'll have to sift out rocks, but I'll get some more here. And then maybe once I get the dirt the way I want it, I can throw down some grass seed and start watering it and get a lawn going. Figured it didn't hurt leaving all the grass roots here, but yeah. Well, we got a good start. And I got plenty of topsoil here. I just got to sift dirt out of it to put in areas where I want grass to grow. Eventually, I might even take some over under that tree over here, where that used to be all grass too, grass and lawn. Put some topsoil down on that, and then I'll be able to get that seeded and grow lawn. Start getting my lawn back over here in some spots. But anyways, got a little cloud cover. It's just going to be partly cloudy. I don't know if we're going to see the moon come up when it comes up. It's supposed to come up at around 8:28. But I'm not sure if it'll come up at 8:28 or if we'll see it. Well, it's going to come up at 8:28, but that's when moonrise is, and it's going to be a full moon. But what we got here is a lot of cloud cover. But yeah, that's still pretty sunset, even with the cloud cover. Yeah. Oh, I need to get some water here on this poor forsythia. My mother's is in full bloom, tons of yellow flowers, and mine is like maybe some green buds. And those are probably leaves, not flowers. This thing used to flower so nicely. Yeah, I got one flower. Look, I got one flower. One flower. There we go. We have one little yellow, well, 2 yellow flowers. Or 3 yellow flowers. Is that 3 whole yellow flowers this year on my bush? I have tried everything known under the sun to get this thing to burst into bloom every spring, and yeah, I got a green bush. I really have kind of given up. When I first moved here, first few summers, it bloomed beautifully, and it really hasn't bloomed all that well ever since then. I might actually have some more flowers down here. Yeah, look. I think I got a few more yellow flowers. I'm excited. I got yellow flowers. And it should, this time of year, just be totally yellow with flowers. It should be so covered in flowers it just looks so brightly yellow. And I don't know. I try. I water. I try to keep dead stuff pruned out. I've done everything they say you should do to get your forsythia to bloom well, and it might put out a few flowers. Anyways, another thing I found. These are spots that smell like oil and grease. I think it probably came from the backhoe last summer. Yeah, I gotta dig out that dirt, bag it up, and throw it away. It's gotta be disposed of. Really wish I had the money to hire someone to come and do my driveway properly. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see the moon coming up today. I thought I'd just come out here anyways, to the road. My dandelions are blooming. Good for the bees. I also like to pick dandelion leaves and fry them up like spinach. It's good for the digestion. But here we go. There we go. That is so beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Wait for it. Passing car coming. Passing car coming. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. And there it goes. And there's another one. Yep. Life on a busy country road. But yeah, with all that cloud cover, Don't think we're going to get much. But we got a little bit done in the yard. Got some dirt moved, which is really hard for me to move. And they broke it up really good. I think I can get some of it shoveled out myself now. So, yep. I think that is going to do it. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to try to get this video out, put together. A little anticlimactic, didn't get quite as much done in my yard as I'd hoped, but we got something done. And that's better than nothing. Always be grateful for what the Lord blesses you with. And it was good of the young men of the church to come out and at least get that much dirt moved, and they had a fun time digging and flinging dirt around. It was great. It was fun watching them. So, I will see you all later. If you like my videos, please share with your friends. Tell them to like, subscribe, leave comments, and watch the video all the way through, please. It does help with my watch hours. You know, when I check my watch hours to see, it's nice when they're up higher. And liking and subscribing trains the algorithms. Oh God, look at those clouds. That is such a gorgeous sunset. It's beautiful. Hope you enjoyed the little bumblebees earlier. That is so amazing. I'll be working on getting more video done this week for Saturday. Hopefully we will be able to catch my Nanking cherry bush in full bloom in all its glory. That would be just simply amazing. So good night, my friends and family. Love you all. God bless.